What's going on, everybody? I haven't posted in a while, and I figured that instead of making a big long post and having you have to read through all the updates, I'd make a hopefully but probably not pretty brief video and just kind of talk about all of the things that I feel are important to you guys. Go over the questions, just pretty much anything I think you guys would want to know about. Um, so without much further ado, I'm gonna try to put in some kind of markers or something so you can jump through it all. But other than that, I'm just gonna jump right in. So the first thing I think I want to talk about is the state of the block explorers. We had two block explorers. One of them was Crypto B. That was the first one we got, and it's still active and usable. The other one was Chains Block Explorer, which I think was a little bit more, the more popular one. More of you were using it, including myself, which unfortunately has expired. We were able to raise enough money from community members very generously, helped us get 6 months worth of listing time on the site. Unfortunately, that time has passed, and we are no longer paid for. So if we want, we can try to raise more money to get back on Chains Block Explorer, but we do still have Crypto B in the meantime, regardless of what we decide to do on that front. Alright, so I guess next we should talk about the state of the technology, Swing's backend, basically. As I'm sure most of you are familiar with, we have improvements that we'd all like to see made. Dominantly, our main area for improvement is an issue where occasionally, fortunately, pretty infrequently, we have usually a Windows user running the GUI wallet to stake their coins. It'll appear as if their blockchain has frozen, which they will end up needing to re-download the blockchain to get back in sync and continue staking, which occasionally has some of those people lose coins, which is not good. It's something that we all want fixed. Fortunately, as I said, it's pretty infrequent, and usually people don't lose coins. But regardless, it's our main area for improvement. So, as I've stated in previous posts, I have been looking into it, coming up with ways that we could possibly patch it. I do not, at this point in time, have a fork ready to push to patch this, but I do have ideas on how to fix it, and I have a decent understanding of what we need to do. Okay, so here's how Swing currently operates. Um, for proof of stake, we are looking at the final three numbers of the current block count. Okay, so if we're at block 123,456, our reward on block 123,457 is going to be 4.56. That's how we figure out every proof of stake block. Now, if I clean the code up a little, this shouldn't cause any rounding errors. We're not doing enough math for different operating systems to disagree. All I have to do is format 456 to 4.56. It's easy. Our bigger issues come into play with proof of work. So in proof of work, we do the same thing. We look at the final three digits, 4.56, and then on top of that, we use this digit as a multiplier. So our reward is going to end up being 30, if I could write, 30% of 4.56. That way we come up with this gradual, uh, semi-gradual incline and drop back down. It's our swing. And that was, the basis of, let's see if we can cause a swing in the market price based off of the swing in the inflation rate. So the problem with that is this multiplying by 30%. Some computers will see that as one number, and then the other operating systems will see it as 0.000001 off or something. So the two computers disagree, it causes a fork, and somebody has to roll back. Um, so that's the root of our issue. Now, as I've kind of mentioned earlier, I have ideas on do how to solve that percentage multiplication problem uh, cleanly. However, I'm not confident that I personally can do it without fail. So that's gotten me thinking outside the box a little on some alternatives. So those alternatives being, we could, since our 4.56 works okay, right? Why don't we try looking at these three digits for proof of work? So at block 1,123,456, our reward would be 3.45 for proof of work and 4.56 for proof of stake. So what that would do, if we decide to go with these three digits, would change this cycle to something more linear that looks like this for proof of work. Now, that's going to change things a little bit because all this space in here is going to be extra inflation for proof of work. So we're going to have to run some tests and see how things would change our inflation rates, stuff like that. And on top of that, we have other options. If we're changing things like this, why don't we look at the whole reward schema and see what we really want to do with this? Because frankly, looking at this current cycle of about 10,000 blocks, and it cycles about we get through about 900 blocks a day, so we'll call it 1,000 and say you know each of these waves is about a day, and then every 10 days it resets. Frankly, in my opinion, um, it has not been enough of an impact to cause the swing that we've been chasing in the prices. Um, Now, whether or not it would, if we, had a perfectly operating backend core with no errors or issues, is up in the air. That's you guys probably know about as well as I do. I have your own guesses. Um, However, we could, um, we could do something like this. So we can take our proof of work and make it this linear cycle, right? Now, if we wanted to, we could change other things. We could make our proof of stake be these three numbers and then have a very long arc, something like this. And whether how that will impact things, a longer cycle or longer cycles, I don't know. That's something that I kind of want to discuss with you guys. Maybe you can help me do the math on some of this and see how would it impact our inflation rates? What are our options? What combinations can we come up with using this basic swing schema? Do we want to come up with some entirely different uh, swing or schema, or do we just want to keep things as close to the original platform as we can? All these questions are things that we need to discuss as a group, I feel. So that's kind of where I'm at with this back end. I want to hear from you guys and see what you think. Get a little bit of a discussion going on this. So yeah, definitely post, comment, let me know if you're the kind of person who can do some of this math and tell us what our options are, how they're going to impact inflation rates. Do it, help us out. But yeah, let's talk about this, and I want to hear back from you guys on this. All right, so to wrap things up, I just kind of want to talk about some of the other smaller things that are still equally important to you guys, I feel. Um, Namely, the fact that I haven't posted in a while, um, and how if things are still alive, and etc. I want to reinforce things aren't dead. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere, as I've said. Um, we're not belly up or anything like that. Um, I've just been very busy, but I still this project is very important to me. I have had less time to work on it, and maybe even a little less drive. Um, Admittedly, a little burnout, but like I said, the project is important. I'm not just gonna up and walk away, even if I haven't been feeling the drive to, dig in and commit all of my time to it, or if I haven't had the ability to do so. That being said, the stuff I've talked about, we can do it. And I think if we decide on something that we all agree on should be our path, I will help as much as I can. I should be able to push an update through if we come to an agreement on a change in the reward schema. But that being said, as I've repeatedly stated, we really need core devs. If we want to thrive, we're going to need more people who can just pick up the code and run with it and help us make improvements and know how to do that type of thing. So, if you are into core development, if you have any of those skills that help with this kind of thing, and you want to be a part of a development team, and you have the drive and the motive to just pick up some cryptocurrency code and work on it, then we really need people like you to thrive. Or if you know people like that, maybe get them into Swing. Tell them what we're about. How we may not be the biggest market cap or the most advanced, but we're here and we're not going anywhere. We've got a decent base community of people who care and aren't completely toxic trolls like a lot of these communities have. It's not some huge pump and dump scheme that we see in a lot of these coins, but we need people to help. You know, um, as I said, I'll do as much as I can, and I'm not going anywhere. And I want this to thrive. I still have all of my cryptocurrency invested in Swing. I'm staking away. Uh, and plan to keep doing so. But well, anyway, I just wanted to kind of touch base and talk with you guys about that because I know it's important for a lead developer to be around. Alright, so given all that, I am actually pretty excited to see what you guys have to say about some of the potential changes we can make, what direction you guys think we should be taking with Swing, or maybe even ideas on other projects we can be working towards, like a website or something completely new. Wasn't so brief as promised, but I think that kind of covers most of what I've seen people talk about in the thread, want covered. But yeah, thanks for sitting through the update, and if you guys got anything else you want to talk about, just comment in the thread and we will be sure to discuss it.